to Paul's Selection. This channel is for people who want the best, simply because I truly believe that we all have right for the best selection in life. And today here I brought with me 6 bottles of perfume from unjardincollection from Hermes. And basically the word jardin means garden in French. So these bring us to different kinds of garden from different locations around the world. Simply, I would say that these first 3 came to my possession about almost 20 years ago when they first came out, and I simply just fell in love with them at the first sniff. And the latter 3 here came later. You can tell from the dent that I have made for each bottle here, right? So I'm not sure if you are familiar with any of these, but let's find out. So simply today we will go through each of these in a very concise manner. Otherwise this would take me hours. Anyway, so the first one is called Jardin au Méditerranée. Oh, sorry for my French, but I try my best. Here it is about the garden that is on the coast or on the seaside by the Mediterranean. Okay, and what do you imagine when we talk about garden by the Mediterranean? Well, for me, and at least what I have smelled from this bottle, it gives me the strong citrus vibe, and also I can smell some green figs, some plants that you could basically find along the coast and the seaside of the Mediterranean. Okay, so it's not wet, it's not damp, but rather garden that has location by the sea, and when you walk along this garden you can feel the sea salt. You can actually feel the warmth from the sunshine. It's very, very nice for a strong summer day, and especially under strong heat. The second one that I have here, you can see that this is one of my favorite because it has the biggest dent, and in fact, you know, this one is already my second bottle. This one is called Jardin après la mousson, which means the garden after the monsoon. And the smell that I got from this bottle is basically like the leaf of the mango tree that has been crushed. Okay, and I could imagine that myself walk through the garden by the tropical garden after the rain. Okay, after the tropical rain that has been passed, so there are puddles on the ground, and I can feel, okay, that this might be the garden in Thailand, in India, you know, in tropical countries. And along with the mango tree, okay, I could see the lotus, I could see grasses, I mean fresh. These are simply fresh, but I could also smell spices and some fruity notes like melon. So it's very sumptuous and wet and juicy. This is Jardin après la mousson. The third one, Jardin sur le Nil. This one is translated to the garden by the Nile. Here, I can imagine that I was, like the name suggests, that I was walking along the garden by the Nile River, and of course it's very hot, and at the same time you can really feel that plants like grasses, lotus even present here is there. You know, it's also another type of garden, but I would say that all of them here in the front, you can see and feel that these are tropical gardens, and they serve very well, especially in the hot summer day in the location where I live, which is Thailand. And later on, after the success of the first tree, they came with the ladder tree here. The garden, let's start with this one, unjardincollection. Okay, this one represents the garden which is on the rooftop of the Hermes building, okay, in Paris. And here I can smell grass. Okay, actually they have like freshly cut grass, and they have a hint of green apple. Very nice. I could imagine myself in the springtime in Paris, perhaps. And also I don't think that this one reminds me of the hot summer day, but rather like a spring, okay, spring day in the morning especially, and very nice as well, very refreshing at the same time. So let's move on to the the fifth one. This one is called Jardin de Monsieur Lee, the garden of Mr. Lee. Well, this one reminds me of tea. Okay, it has a tea fragrance, green tea, osmanthus tea, and it has a mint of jasmine as well. So if you love tea, maybe you would fall in love with this one. It's a garden. It could be a garden in Japan, in China. It's very Asian. I would say it has a hint of Asian garden, especially the Eastern Asia. So another nice fragrance here. But this one, the last one that I have acquired into my possession, this one is called Jardin sur la Lagune. Well, this one is the garden by the lagoon. Lagoon is like a puddle or a body of water which is salt water. So when I spray this one on, I can really smell myself like probably walking along the garden in Venice, for example, because the water there is, is seawater. So it's salty at the same time, and it has the magnolia scent. It has a warm, spicy, and the flowers that I could get from the garden here is not a tropical garden, but rather garden in temperate area, where the air is a little bit cooler. So this is very nice fragrance for for those who might have experienced or been to those places. But anyhow, like I said, these garden collection, they are very transportive in my opinion, and definitely could be reached for at any time if you love this kind of natural based fragrance, or the fragrance that reminds you of nature. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and let's keep in touch. Until next time, thank you. Bye bye.